Well, it was my birthday, first of all. So for my birthday, I got a hurricane. Not really what I wanted. All I asked for was pizza and ice cream cake, and instead I got a hurricane. But it was the traffic, and it was crazy the amount of people that were leaving, and we waited until the last minute because we were going to ride it out. That was our plan. My aunt and uncle owned the Dixie Belle Motel, so we were going to, because the building's been there since the 50s and it survived one other hurricane major, and so we were like, yeah, we're going to stay. And then like Tuesday morning before it hit, we were like, we have 5 cats. We're going to go. We can't watch our cats drown. We love our cats. We're crazy cat ladies. So we packed up as soon as we could and we took off. We had a friend of ours with us too, him and his 3-legged dog. And we ended up in Sneed's and rode out the storm in Sneed's, and it was terrible. Everybody freaked out, all the animals and us, about the wind, the rain. At one point at the hotel we were staying in, they lost power. They had a semi-trailer in the parking lot that flipped over. They lost their sign. It was still bad. Not near as bad as being like in Mexico Beach or St. Joe, but it was terrifying enough just being out of the eye of the storm and seeing parts of it. It was horrible.
And what was it like how long did it take you to get back, and what did you find when you came back?
I actually went back to Illinois with our pets to keep them safe, but my aunt and uncle stayed and sent me pictures, and we had 8 feet of water in the motel, at the highest. We're going to mark it on our building so people know, because they ask all the time. And they commented, the one thing I got the most of was the smell. They said it smelled horrible, all the mud and the seaweed and everything. But I love them. They are so special of people. They actually opened the motel, even though we didn't have beds or anything, for people who didn't have a roof over their head, and allowed evacuees who were coming back to stay in the motel. And they kept them there as long as they could. And they got a bunch of help feeding them and all that stuff. Yep. So they met some great people who helped them out, helped them take care of the people in the motel. One of the people that came is actually now our housekeeper at the motel. So that was pretty cool. And I got to meet a lot of the people they met. I came back in February. And I remember my first time driving in and seeing all the devastation. And I cried. I cried so hard. I got on the phone with my friend. And I told her, I was like, because she comes down often, I was like, you would not believe it's not the same place. It kind of looks the same, but it's not. I said, Mexico Beach is gone. There's nothing there. And she started crying. So we all cried in the car as I'm driving through looking at everything. And it still, even now, doesn't look the same. I mean, it feels the same, but it doesn't look the same. It looks totally different. And it's just so heartbreaking. Especially hearing the stories of people who stayed. It's just heartbreaking. And the people that were lost. And this is my first hurricane ever. So I was a little freaked out, a little worried about the last one that might have possibly could have come through. But the people are the same. They're still as kind and as caring and as helpful as they were before the storm, even more so now. But it doesn't look the same. And that's hard to wrap my mind around, is that it doesn't look the same. I can't tell people where to go because things are gone. I can't be like, oh, here's this landmark, because it's gone. So it's hard.